So, friends, today in this session, I know most of the participants are in YouTube. So, in today's weekend session, it's primarily going to be Satsang, question answers, and also we are going to discuss about the new batch of TTP, Teachers Training Program. So, TTP stands for Teachers Training Program, and it's part of Breath Energy Health Foundation initiative to organize this program. And the intention of this program is to help mold the people to become a better version, to train themselves into a better version of themselves, and to master the art of meditation, and also eventually to be a teacher of meditation and spiritual science. Now, I want to share certain aspects who this program will be for and who will get the benefit of this program and what's going to be the structure like. So you can take a pen and note down the points which resonates with you. So we have many spiritual laws, like we have a lot of karma, lot of consciousness, law of consciousness, and law of reincarnation. So these are all spiritual laws. So similarly, we have law which says law of constant progression, which says that we don't go backwards, we always move forward. Whatever might be our challenges in our life, whatever might be our experiences, we keep moving forward, we don't go backwards. So law of constant progression. On the physical level, it might seem like very challenging, like you might feel like stuck, but from the soul level, still you are progressing. And there is another spiritual law, it says law of hastening the progress, which is like law of speeding up your progress. Your progress is going to happen anyway, but you can speeden up. So how you can speeden up? You can speeden up through the practice of meditation and through deliberate effort, your intent to speeden up, and then you're making a deliberate effort to be part of the satsang, the sajjana sanghatya, to be part of the truth seekers, and to read books, to read nice books, and to have the companionship of senior meditators. And also when you are part of seva. So the more you meditate, the more you read books, the more you are part of the right group, the right sangha, the more you do seva, and the more you are disciplined, the more you have sincere effort. So these are the ways you can speeden up the progress. Now, this TTP program specifically is meant to speeden up your journey. Right? So there is another law called law of uncertainty. Everything is uncertain. The whole creation, everything is uncertain. Now we are going through a very critical phase on the planet Earth. And if you see from the galactic perspective, if you see from the cosmic perspective, there is a lot of uncertainty on the planet Earth, where externally and internally there is a lot of uncertainty. Externally, you see, we're almost many countries are at war, and one country getting affected impacts the whole world. And there is a lot of fear factor. There's a lot of survival, and you can see that in most of the political system, or most of the leaders around the world, they are, instead of collaborative approach, they are getting into competitive approach and selfishness. So you can see a lot of uncertainty outside. But at the same time, similarly, there's a lot of uncertainty within. Many people, they feel like they have this question mark: what am I doing on this planet Earth? I feel stuck in my life. I don't have much clarity to move forward. And sometimes, you say that, yes, I'm meditating, but still I feel that something is missing, right? And kind of, you are healthy, medically you are healthy, but you still feel lethargic, you still feel lazy, or there is no proper motivation in your life, there is no life zest, or there's very little life zest, right? So you can see that you are doing your best, but still something is pulling you down, something is pulling you backwards, right? So this is also a sign that your higher self is guiding you to change the course of direction in which you are going, or your higher self is guiding you to step up, right? So you feel slight depression. Sometimes some people they say that we are going through a subtle depression, a slight depression, and depression is not something negative. You should not look depression into a negative aspect, but rather take it as a signal from your higher self. Rather take it as a signal from your soul that there is a certain course correction which your soul is guiding to it. So before you take a quantum leap, you see an animal, a wild animal or a cat or any animal. Before it takes a quantum leap, it steps back, it leans back, and then it takes a quantum leap. So even in your journey, even in your earthly journey, you step back, you leap backwards before you leap forwards. So this is quite common, and these days, especially since the Earth is going through a shift in its energies, and the Earth is receiving more and more energies from the other dimensions. What I mean to say is like there are certain rays which is coming from the greater central sun. So, which is like a blessing if you manage yourself well, right? If you are very calm, if you are very composed, and if you are very balanced, and if your foundations are very strong, then these galactic events are a blessing to you, that you are able to take a quantum leap with at ease. But if you're not having yourself a good foundation, a proper understanding of life, or you're not having a proper discipline, you're not equipping yourself, you're not calm, you're not composed, so then it will trigger a lot of uncertainty within as well. So this is where the TTP program comes in place. So the teachers training program, even though the title says it is a teachers training program, before you can be a good teacher, you have to be a good student, right? You have to master in that subject before you can teach others. You have to live that truth before you can teach others. So this 6 months program, we primarily focus on helping you transform yourself to be a sincere person, to be a person of stability, and to understand the bigger picture of life. And most importantly, character building. So you start building your character, you start living your life to the fullest, and you see life from the right perspective. Seeing life from the right perspective simply means seeing life from the soul perspective, mind perspective, body perspective. So you should be able to see the limitations of the body, and you should be able to see the illusions of the mind, and you should be able to see the truth of your soul. So you should be able to see life in all the perspectives. Okay. So then there is a clarity. So when there is a clarity, then naturally you will have the right priorities. Most of the people say, I'm very busy, I don't have time, and I'm not taking care of myself, and I'm not taking care of my health. I'm not taking care of my family. I don't have time. I'm running and running. So people say a lot of things and they give a lot of excuses. Sometimes they say, I don't have time to meditate. I don't have time to read books. Or I'm not motivated to meditate, or I'm not motivated to read books. Or sometimes people say, I want to do seva, I want to do service, but I'm not able to do it because I myself, I'm not in abundance, I'm in lack. So how can I serve others? So these are the common statements people say who don't have clarity, right? So when you have clarity, then this kind of excuses will not come. You will prioritize your life. You don't have time because you're not giving the right priority to the right things. When you don't give the right priority to the right things, then naturally you lose a lot of energy, you lose time, and naturally you don't find energy and time for the right things. So getting into the right priority, right? Putting your life in the right priority list. Like what is the most important thing for me today? Right? For example, what is the most important thing for me today? So today for me, the most important thing is I need to be healthy, I need to be active, I need to be healthy, active, and at the same time, I need to live a fulfilled life, a meaningful life, and I have to do my duties. So this is where the righteousness and the dharma comes. So when you focus on the righteousness, the right things to do, when you focus on your dharma, then naturally your life is prosperous. A person who is living in dharma, his own dharma, naturally he is a happy person. So you can put this simple question to yourself. If you are happy in your life, that means you are living your purpose of life. That means you are doing your dharma. If you are not happy in life, that means you are not doing your dharma. As simple as that. So if you are doing your dharma, then naturally you are contented, you are peaceful, you are happy, and you are safe and protected. So this is the statement, Dharmo Rakshati Rakshitaha. In English, we see that seek the kingdom of God and his righteousness. All else will be added unto it. Or in other words, truth dispels darkness. So all has the same meaning, right? Dharma or righteousness comes from the understanding of truth, my dear friends. So you write it down very crystal clear. Your own dharma, you will understand. You will be able to follow your dharma only when you are able to understand the truth, realizing of the truth, not the theoretical understanding, but realizing it from within. And when I say about character building, the character building, the examples are integrity, honesty, to be transparent, to be pure in the heart. So this is character building. And this character building doesn't come when you program your mind. So this character building happens, it comes from your heart space when you realize the truth, when you realize this is the way to go forward. When you realize that unless you live in the truth, you cannot progress in life. With that realization, the character building comes from within, outside. It becomes a very natural phenomenon. I'll give an example. So we have a statement like honesty is the best policy. Right from our childhood, we all go through the training in our school or even our parents. They say you have to be always be honest. Don't tell lies. Don't tell lies. You have to be honest, right? But this programming is coming from outside. Now question yourself: how many of you are honest? Everybody has gone through the same training, but how many of you are honest? Right? Sometimes people lie. They cheat themselves. They cheat others because they don't understand that whenever you tell a lie, actually you are suffering. Your lie, your own lies are the reason for your own suffering. So the more you speak the truth, the more you are honest. You might go through temporary discomfort, but your soul is in joy. Every time you speak the truth, your soul is in joy. Right? So this is the happiness formula. Every time you live an honest life, every penny you earn honestly, rightfully, you can very well clearly do this experiment. It's a very simple experiment. The money which you earn through the right means, the money which you earn through the right means, through your own hard work, through your own smart work, through using your own intelligence, using your own capabilities, you earn the money in the right way. That money you will be able to use it, spend it in the right way, and you will be able to enjoy the outcome of it. But if you're earning money through wrong means or through corruption or through cheating, that money cannot give you any kind of satisfaction, or that money cannot give you any kind of joy. You can clearly experiment this. The money which you earned through your own righteous hard work, you will enjoy that. So, theoretically, many people know this, but only when you start living the truth, there will be a certain mastery, there will be a certain self mastery, there will be progress, right? There will be progress, and the hastening of the evolution happens, the speeding of your evolution happens. When you are sticking on to the Dharma, whatever might be the uncertainty outside, you will be stable. And whatever is the uncertainty which is going on within, it will not disturb you. I don't say that uncertainty may not be there. There might be certain uncertainties, but it will not disturb you. It will be like passing clouds, right? So your inner stability is the key. Sometimes your environment affects you, right? You are a positive minded person, but you are living in a negative environment, that negativity affects you, right? So when you have this inner stability, then in spite of the negative environment, you will still, you might get affected a little bit, but still you will not be sidetracked. Still you will continue to live a very happy and peaceful life. So this interesting concepts of karma, dharma, reincarnation, and the righteousness, soul lessons, and speeding up the progress, soul perfection. Sometimes you think like, okay, I've learned the lesson, but you have not perfected it. So you will go through the same challenge again and again. So you might have this question, I thought I learned this lesson, but why am I going through the same challenges in my life? You're going through the same challenges in your life because that particular lesson you are perfecting. So it's in the process of perfection, soul perfection, you will repeat certain lessons. It is like a test. You are testing yourself, your higher self, your soul is testing your own lessons learned. So this 6 months program, this TTP 6 months program is a program which will guide you, which will support you uh, to go through this beautiful life journey uh, with a lot of meaning and with a lot of satisfaction. And I can tell you that you will not be the same person anymore. See, for the people who already attended the course the last year, you can get their testimonials, you can get their feedback. But for newcomers who have not attended this course, I can all say that is you will not be the same person anymore. Your viewpoint on life will be different, and you will start seeing from a higher perspective. You will start seeing from a soul perspective, and you will live a more meaningful life. And also the group energies, right? Imagine 6 months, a particular group of people, let's say 100 and 150 people, because we are going to have very limited registrations. So let's say average of about 100 registrations we are planning. So this 100 people is from different countries, will be at least from more than 20 countries, right? So going through this journey by yourself, it needs a lot of willpower. So unless you are a great meditator, or unless you are a great meditator in your past life, you will not have that kind of willpower because you have your own karmic baggage. So with your own karmic baggage to move forward in this spiritual path, you need a lot of good karmas. But when you're part of this group, and this group energy is going to support you. So this is the concept of pull and push, right? Imagine you are carrying a heavy weight from a ground floor to the first floor, right? So for you to lift, for example, a 40 kilos or a 50 kilos heavy bag you are lifting by yourself, it is not possible because the staircase is very steep. You cannot take it. But when you are holding on one side and there is another person who is trying to push it, so you are trying to pull it and the other person is trying to push it, then you can easily carry that, right? So this is the concept of pull and push, where you are pulling yourself. And here in spirituality, the beauty is the pull is you have the intent, right? You have the sincerity, you have the will, you have the desire, you have the pure desire that you want to lead a happy life, you want to lead a healthy life, you want to lead a meaningful life. right? You know, life is uncertain. Any moment death will come. You're all temporary on the planet Earth. But I have to live my purpose of life. I have to live the purpose what I have come here for. I want to finish off my lessons. I want to really make myself a little more beautiful. I want to make the planet Earth a little more beautiful. So this will be your focus. You have that intent. So you have that pull. But at the same time, there are so many things in your everyday life which is constantly pulling you down, right? On an everyday basis, there are so many things which is constantly pulling you down. So this is where you need to use a greater force to overcome that everyday challenges in your life. So this is where the guru comes into play. So this is where the group energies will comes into play. So this is where a certain discipline will come into play. So all those combination, right? You can take the support of pyramids, you can take the support of crystals, you can take the support of nature, and you can take the support of the like-minded people. This is a very, very important aspect. Taking the support of like-minded people coming together, and also with a proper guidance, with a proper teacher, then you are able to push yourself. So you are pulling yourself with your pure intent, and also you are pushing yourself using all these tools. So I would say these are all tools, like, group meditation is a tool, and nature is a tool, crystals are a tool, pyramids are a tool, attending workshops and attending retreats. All these are wonderful tools which will help you to push, right? So this program is really meant for your self-transformation, primarily. Please note it down. So this 6 months program is primarily meant for your self-transformation, self-realization, self-mastery, self-healing, whatever you can call. So we will be focusing on this. We'll be focusing on self-realization, self-mastery, self-healing, self-love. All these areas we'll be focusing on. And when you have mastered this, naturally, you will be in a position to guide others. So that's when you become a, a, a beautiful teacher, a good teacher. So towards the end of this program, you will become a great teacher. But throughout the program, you'll be a sincere student. Right. So this is how this program is designed. And I myself will be personally guiding you for this 6 months. And plus, we will be having many retreats, a 3 days retreats, a 5 days retreats, a 10 days retreats. And this retreat will give you practical experience. While the online sessions are going to give you theoretical learnings, the physical retreats are going to give you practical experience. And also there will be a lot of assignment-based learning. There's a lot of experiment-based learning. There is a lot of project-based learning. So that makes this program more interesting because it's less of theory, more of practical, right? So every week you will be having certain assignments, and every week you will be having certain experiments to do at your home, and also project-based learning. You will be going out and you will be executing a certain project and have a hands-on experience. The more you teach, the more you learn. The more you help others, the more you will be helped by yourself. So you understand all those concepts very practically, which will empower you. And you might ask, what is my intention to do this program? So my intention to do this program is very simple. I feel guided internally that this is the need of the hour, number one, where practical spirituality, science-based, having scientific temper, and guiding the educated people, guiding the youth, right? Guiding the people in a who are in a good position, who are like movers and shakers, right? So this is the way we can spread the spirituality, the spiritual science in the right way to the deserving candidates, number one. And you can call it like, this is my purpose of life, right? And I used to say that, right, in my 20s, I focused on my sadhana. In my 30s, I focused on traveling around the world and teaching. Now in my 40s, I'm focusing on helping others become good teachers, motivating others to become good teachers. So this is my purpose of life. What I'm doing is my purpose of life, number one. And number two, the second important reason is, so every student who is getting trained, in this TTP program through Breath Energy Health Foundation. Every student who is going to get trained, so that particular student is going to impact millions of people around the world because he's going to be a great teacher. So I cannot travel around the world all the time, and I cannot teach meditation to more than 7.5 billion people. But if I can clone myself, if I can clone myself at least into 100 or at least into 1,000, if I can clone myself into 1,000, then planet Earth is in a better place. So we can say that Earth is more in the right hands. Okay, so this is the reason I was guided to initiate this program. And if you have any questions regarding this program, your questions will be answered. But first, before that, I would like to ask Tanuja to unmute. So she will be taking your, so now we have a website. So we have a bhfglobal.org, www.bhfglobal.org website. So you can go to this website and you can do the registration for this particular program. And if you have any questions regarding the registration process or the course structure, anything, then you can ask Anuja. So she is a assigned person for this TTP program from BHF. So she is part of BHF, and she will answer your calls personally and clarify certain doubts. So Tanuja, I request you to speak a few words and share the website screen and the registration process. And
Sure,
of
sure.
course, all the participants who are already enrolled in the WhatsApp groups, Pradeep Vijay Spiritual Academy groups. So you will be receiving the flyer and the frequently asked question. All those details will be receiving very shortly. But officially, the registrations are open from today. Okay, Tanuja, please proceed.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the detailed explanation of TTP program. So friends, my name is Tanuja. So I'll be taking you guys through the next step, which is the registration process. So like sir has already said, we are going to do the registration via website, which is newly launched website. I'm just going to share the screen. There is no screen visible.
No, it's not visible. Screen is not visible. You can try again.
No. How about now?
Yeah, it's visible now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay, friends. This is the website which is newly launched. We have multiple tabs as you see here. You can go through at your convenience, but now directly I will be going to the TTP program, Teachers Training Program tab, which comes under Programs and Events. So it is visible here. Once you click on Programs and Events, the first option is Teachers Training Program. So you can just click on that and you will get all the information in this page. You can just scroll down. You can just scroll down to see all the information relating to teachers training program. Here you can see the training syllabus. Okay, so we do have module 1, module 2 and module 3. And these are the topics that are going to be covered during the course. And if you want a detailed brochure, here is the brochure button. You can click on the brochure. So here you will be having the brochure, which you can download for your reference. You can forward it. And this document will also be shared in the WhatsApp group. So not to worry, but I'm just showing how to use the website, how you can get information through the website. So going ahead, if you scroll down, you will have the rest of the details about the course. You can just understand what is the duration and prerequisites and what is the fee. Rest of the information will be in this category. Going ahead, you can further scroll down. You can also see sir has already mentioned about the testimonials. The previous batch TOT participants have given their testimonials, so that you can find in this part of this page. So we can also find video testimonials by clicking on this. You can go to the video testimonials. You can watch the testimonial here. So this is about testimonials. And if you have any question, most of the questions we have already listed in the FAQ document. Here you can see there are quite a few questions on the page of the website. So apart from these questions, we have still detailed list of questions. If you can see, it is just around 10 questions or 14 questions here. But if you want detailed questions, you can click on this button here, download FAQs, and you will have around 30 questions through which most of your questions will be answered. So kindly go through these FAQs, which will be helpful for you to understand the program in much detailed manner. In spite of that, if you have any questions, of course, I'll be there to help. My number will be shared in the WhatsApp group along with the flyer and with the documents as well. You can contact me for rest of the questions. So after you go through the brochure and FAQ, you can go ahead and register. For that, you need to click on that. In the flyer, we will also be giving the link where you can directly click on the link and you can register, or you can register through the website. It is your choice. Okay, both are going to connect you to the same page, which is here. So if you click on the link that we are going to give in the flyer, you will come to this place. So you will have to enter all the details that are appearing here in this sheet. Okay. So this is about registration. And also, when we are uploading the photo, keep in mind that it should be just 1 MB. If it crosses 1 MB, you will get a error message. And you will have to choose a file that is lesser than 1 MB. Then you will be able to upload your file. So you need to keep that in mind. And once you enter all the details, you just need to click on this terms and conditions and then click on send. Once you register here, your next step will be to make the payment. So I think, sir, you can go ahead and explain about the fee.
So this program, I think, yeah, you can close the screen sharing.
Yeah.
So this program is completely, technically it is free of cost, because whatever the registration cost you are making, it is like 100 US dollars. It's a very nominal amount. So this 100 US dollars goes towards, because we'll be sending you a set of books. And so this payment you are making is for the books and also for the admin expenditure. But as such, the entire course is a gift from Breath Energy Health Foundation. And also when you're taking up this 10 days retreat, and whatever the registration amount you paid will be discounted. So effectively, the registration amount you are paying is also going as a deposit for your retreat. So technically, it is completely free of charge, right? So taking the retreat is not a compulsory, but it is your choice. The reason why we have kept this registration fees, because the last time we made it completely free, but we have to go through a lot of filtration process, because many people have joined out of curiosity and we have to filter it, and we have to make sure only sincere people are there. So there is at least 5 rounds of elimination which happened, because people don't really value it if it is offered as free. And sometimes people with curious minds, they will come, and it disturbs the energy of the group who are also very sincere. So they also go through a subtle disturbance. So that's why we made it like, okay, we'll charge a very nominal amount, like 100 US dollars, a very nominal amount. But in return for that 100 US dollars, we'll give them books, and we will support them in return. Like these gifts, these books are going to, you'll be receiving it as complimentary, as a gift. And also we will offset this $100. We will offset it as part of your retreat fees. So for example, retreat, it's not only TOT participants who will be attending. So non-TOT participants also will attend the retreat. So a TOT participant will get the discount of whatever they paid already. So in effective, it is totally free of cost. And we are doing it with a pure intention. We are doing it as a service based. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can contact Tanuja. So she was also a TOT participant the previous year after completing her 6 months course. So she has volunteered for a few months and now she has become a full-time employee of Breath Energy Health Foundation. So if you have any questions, I will take up the question. Is there any questions in the YouTube?
Just I would like to complete the process.
Okay.
Once people, friends, you people, once you register using the website, after that you will need to make the payment, for which I'll be giving you the payment details. So once you have done the registration, kindly get in touch with me. Rest of the details will be posted in the WhatsApp group, so you can get all the information in the WhatsApp group. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And also in the YouTube chat box, can you able to
Yes.
put the flyer, PDF, and all the details?
Yes,
The
yes,
YouTube.
we will share the details link. We will share, and the flyer I think we can post in the WhatsApp group.
Okay. And probably so officially we are starting from May 1st, Buddha Purnima. So it's a very auspicious day, a day to remember. Buddha Purnima is May 1st. So from May 1st, we will be starting this TTP program. So from today until May 1st, the registrations will continue. Okay. So I think all the information we have given is very useful. The concluding words I would say is this is a golden opportunity. This is a very beautiful opportunity for you to be very focused and for you to be very disciplined and for you to have this beautiful Sangha, all the like-minded people who are seeking enlightenment, who are seeking self-realization. They're coming together and supporting each other in this learning process. So all my 16 plus years of experience in my spiritual journey in this lifetime is going to be condensed and put it in a nutshell in the 6 months program. So that's why this is going to be more fun. Don't think it's going to be a lot of headache and challenges. And sometimes people have this question, is it going to be a program which is based on serious commitment because I have kids, I have work to do, I have a lot of other things to do. All I can say is you have 24 hours in a given day. So out of 24 hours, if you can allocate just only 2 hours per day, only 2 hours per day, if you can allocate for your own self, so you are good enough and you can enroll for this program. Only 2 hours per day is good enough. So out of that 2 hours, 1 hour will be meditation, which is good for you and which will maximize your energy, which will make your day more powerful, more energetic. And another 1 hour every day, 1 hour is for meditation. Another 1 hour is for your journaling, for your book reading, and for your own self-reflection. And the kind of experiments we will give you, the kind of assignments we'll give you, it will be very fun based, and it will be very much of these assignments and these projects will give you more motivation to do this, to participate in this program with much greater interest. So assignments will be once in a week. Assignments will be once in a week, but experiments will be, you'll be doing it on a daily basis. So it will be very easy. We'll be guiding you. The first 1 or 2 weeks, or to be more precise, the first 1 month, you will go through some teething problem. You will be going through some timing adjustment, but it's a great thing. You will learn time management as well. But from the second month onwards, you will really enjoy this. Right. So this is all I can say about this program. And so this particular program will be launched again, I'm repeating. So this TTP program will be launched from May 1st, which is a Friday, but still because it's a nice day, May 1st. So we are launching it on Friday. But generally, there will be a 90 minutes of weekend online guidance. So every Saturday and Sunday, there will be 90 minutes of guidance you'll be receiving, and the rest of the time, the rest of the week is for you to experiment. And there will be certain set of recommended books which we will guide you. So you will be reading an average of 3 to 4 books per month. So by the time you finish this program, you will have a good practice of reading good books, Swadhyaya. So around 20 books we'll be covering by the end of the program. Okay. So we'll conclude this, and because we are running out of time, I have another session as well. So we'll conclude this here, and again, next Sunday also we'll be having this question answer session. So whatever the questions you have and which we are not able to get through us this time, so we'll be answering it next time. Okay. Thank you very much, and namaste to all.